it. An old man carried the same dirty bag for over 20 years. Nobody dared to look inside it.
Have you ever laughed at someone, only to discover they were the reason your life was spared? Then listen carefully, because this story might change the way you see people forever. In the quiet village of Umidike, there lived an old beggar named Kalu. Every morning, he walked from house to house with a torn bag hanging over his shoulder and a crooked walking stick in his hand. The children chased him away with stones. The women shut their doors whenever they saw him coming. Even the men sitting under the village tree mocked him. "Look at that useless old man," they would laugh. "He has nothing but that dirty bag." Kalu never argued. He simply smiled, thanked those who gave him even a handful of food, and quietly continued his journey. No one knew where he came from. No one knew where he slept. And no one had ever seen what was inside his mysterious bag. Years passed. Then one terrible season changed everything. The rains refused to fall. The rivers dried up. The farms turned brown. Children cried from hunger. Families fought over the little food that remained. The village chief called an emergency meeting. "We must survive," he said. "But our food stores are empty." Fear spread across the village. People began selling their belongings just to buy one meal. Neighbors who once shared everything now hid whatever food they had. One evening, as the villagers gathered in despair, Kalu slowly walked into the village square. Everyone rolled their eyes. "What does this beggar want now?" "We are starving ourselves." The chief sighed. "Old man, this is not the time." Kalu quietly placed his old bag on the ground. Then, for the first time in many years, he opened it. Inside were carefully wrapped bags of maize, beans, yams, dried vegetables, even precious seeds preserved for planting. The crowd gasped. The bag they mocked for years had become the village's greatest treasure. The chief looked at him in shock. "Where did all this come from?" Kalu smiled gently. "For years, whenever anyone gave me more food than I needed, I never wasted it. I dried it. I preserved it. I saved seeds after every harvest. I prayed this day would never come. But I prepared in case it did." Silence filled the air. The same people who insulted him every day now lowered their heads in shame. For weeks, Kalu shared everything. No family was left hungry. No child slept without food. He even taught the villagers how to preserve crops, save seeds, and prepare for difficult seasons. The village slowly recovered. The rains finally returned. The farms became green again. Months later, during the harvest festival, the chief stood before the entire village. He removed his royal necklace, walked toward Kalu, and placed it around the old man's neck. "Today," the chief announced, "we honor the richest man in this village. Not because he had the most money, but because he had the biggest heart." Many people cried, especially those who had once thrown stones at him. An old woman stepped forward. "Kalu, can you forgive us?" The old man smiled. "If I had carried anger in my heart, there would have been no room in my bag for kindness." From that day forward, no stranger was ever judged by appearance again. No elder was mocked because of poverty. And every family in Umidai kept a small food reserve, not just for themselves, but for anyone in need. Because they had learned one unforgettable lesson. Moral of the story: never judge someone's value by their appearance. The quietest, poorest, or most overlooked person may carry the wisdom, kindness, or blessing that one day saves everyone. Respect every human being, prepare for tomorrow, and never stop doing good, even when no one notices. If this story touched your heart, remember, kindness is never wasted, and the good you store today may become someone's miracle tomorrow.